The hill was quiet now. The crowds had gone home. The storm had passed. But Mary stayed. She stood there long after the sky cleared, long after the soldiers left, long after the last whisper of mockery faded into the wind. At her feet lay the shadow of the cross, long, thin, and empty now. Her son was gone, her baby, once wrapped in swaddling cloths, now wrapped in death. She touched the wood where his hands had been nailed. The grain was stained. She closed her eyes and let her forehead rest against it. For a moment, she remembered Bethlehem. The cry in the night, the smell of hay, the warmth of tiny fingers curling around hers. How strange, she thought, that the world celebrated his birth with angels and greeted his death with thunder. Joseph was gone. Her relatives were far away. Only John stood with her now, faithful, trembling, unsure. He placed a cloak over her shoulders, but she barely felt the weight. Mary whispered into the wind, "He told me this day would come." But knowing is not the same as enduring. The sun dipped below the horizon. Jerusalem returned to its rhythm. But Mary's world had stopped. She followed his body to the tomb. Every step was heavy, like she was walking through years of memory. At the stone entrance, she placed her hand over her heart, as if holding it in place so it wouldn't fall apart. When they sealed the tomb, the sound echoed in her bones, a finality she could barely breathe through. That night, sleep would not come. She sat in John's home, hands clasped, eyes unblinking. The silence between them was thick with grief, but deep in her soul, beneath the sorrow, beneath the ache, a spark refused to die, a memory, a promise. On the third day, she didn't know how, she didn't know when, but she knew the voice that had spoken those words. And Mary, who had carried the light of the world in her womb, held that last flicker of hope in her heart through the longest night humanity had ever known. Because even in grief, even in darkness, Mary believed one truth: God keeps his promises even through silence.